everyone, and welcome to Open Table. I'm webberaj, better known on Board Game Arena as Aaron, and today we're doing another Open Table game where I play with three other players from the Board Game Arena community who are all really great players, and we're just going to talk openly about strategy, give each other tips sort of as we go. So we're playing essentially like an open hand kind of game of Terra Mystica. So please feel free throughout the game just to let us know in chat what you think we should be doing, or if you disagree with any of our strategy. Again, it's very much an open hand game, so we'll all be sort of chatting throughout the stream. But just quickly, before we get into the game, I just wanted to take a moment just to introduce the actual players that are going to be playing today. First of all, we've got Claybo, who's going to be joining us. Claybo's been around the community for quite a long time. He's been played a ton of games, as you can see. We've got Ryan the Man as well, fellow countryman from Canada, and Anoop as well is joining us. So those are the three players that are going to be playing with us today. So say hi, guys.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Awesome.
Hello.
Thanks so much for joining and playing today, guys. It's going to be really awesome. I'm really looking forward to this game.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Thanks for having me.
I got to give a shout out to Claybo, and apologies to any of the viewers. We're obviously 30 minutes late starting because I ran into technical issues once again trying to figure out how to patch a Discord call into Streamlabs on a Mac, which for some reason is kind of complicated. Claybo was able to bail me out by just simply Googling it and literally read verbatim what he found on Google, even though he has no experience with Streamlabs. So that's kind of fun. But
Google.
Let's get over to the game. I'll start things up, and we'll take a look at the setup here. Welcome, Zorus and Ghostly in chat. Yes, Zorus, I totally agree. It's an awesome table. It should be a lot of fun. So just a bit of a breakdown quickly. We are playing on training mode. Reason we're doing that is I've said before, like we want to play open hand. We want to talk openly, talk strategy openly. And as much as we all kind of say we don't really care about Elo, we all do a little bit. So I just thought, hey, let's turn the thing on training mode, and maybe we'll be even more encouraged to just like talk openly in terms of strategy. We are going to try to do a better job this stream than on the last stream about sort of playing a bit faster in the beginning. I know it was a little bit slow in the faction selection sort of process in the auction. So, but on that note, Claybo, would you mind just sort of taking us through the setup and letting us know sort of what do you see here?
Yeah. Basically the first things that I sort of look at and that come to mind, looking at the 6 years of scoring track and the cult bonuses, the first thing is the temple round 1 along with the priest on the board.
Yeah.
And then if you just jump to near the end, you have the double cult rewards and air, giving you a spade and some workers, and then the last two scoring things going on is the big buildings. So that's pretty much what my eyes are sort of drawn to. I mean, you can make something out of dwellings in round 2, the town in round 3, and then trading posts in round 4. Mm-hmm. But mainly what I pointed out with the double air, the big buildings in round 2, and then the temple with the priest, and that first round is what I'm sort of gonna base my strategies around. And then also the passing tiles are super important. So you have the scoring tiles for the shipping, the big building, and then the dwelling. So there's no trading post, there's no priest,
right?
And what else are we missing? The 6 coins. So
6 coins.
It's not super heavy in coins, but you know, there's a couple coins out there. So that's sort of where my headspace is at, just looking at everything. I don't know what you guys make of this. Is there anything?
Yeah, what do you guys think, Anoop and Ryan? Any thoughts as well? Like, what are you guys thinking in terms of factions that you sort of consider in the setup?
Like, also looking at the where do you want to build your trading posts? I know we get that a lot from Zoras, which would be round 4. So that would be something to look at too, a faction that can maybe exploit that. Also, I like to look at the early cult rewards to see what I can sort of abuse early on. And I see that putting a priest maybe in the round 1 to water cult can get a priest back the round after, and it gives you 2 coins. So that maybe would take a faction that you can take the priest action early on, could maybe get you some good rewards.
Right. Totally makes sense.
So I'm pretty much, pretty exciting to play either engineers here
Mm-hmm.
or go with cultists. I mean, though they are tough here, but what I'm thinking is that there is the in this map especially you need to, I think, early advance shipping early, and maybe you can exploit the shipping pass style, scoring pass style, and then set it
Right.
up for the late uh, stronghold and to score points in the last round.
Right. So sort of going for, if you said like playing engineers, was that like playing like a, a later stronghold for sort of like some
Yeah, I
push
mean, even
luck?
with engineers, you can do that, and also with probably with
Mm-hmm.
cultists, because those spades on the round 3, round 4, as well as the workers might be interesting for cultists.
Yep, that totally makes sense. Um, I think another thing that I that I often like will look at when I'm looking at a setup. I mean, obviously the round scoring and like how we're supposed to build out our economy to score points and the points in the pass tiles is super important. I also like to just try to take stock of like the total cult rewards plus the pass uh, tiles just to get a sense of like what economy is in the game and what's missing. And so I've been thinking about that since you guys have been talking. Clay, you touched on this briefly when you were sort of talking about coins. It's like the 6 coin pass tile isn't in the game. We've got 4, 2, and 2 on the pass, and also some early coins, probably for like 1 or 2 factions that are able to get, well, probably just, yeah, one faction that's able to get a priest to the cult. So you talked a little bit about coins, but I often will try to like look at this as well and see if there's any like anything else I can get from this setup just based on what economy's in the game. And so in terms of workers, we have some workers in the past and some workers coming late. Spades, we have spades round 4 and 5 and a dig. So we are missing one of the cult spades, but we have a dig. We've got some coins, but we're missing some. We've got lots of power. I guess what I'm getting at is that I sort of, as you guys were talking, I was sort of just like looking at the setup and sort of came to the realization this is in a sense of sort of a balanced game economically. I wouldn't call it particularly like coin heavy, but it's also not coin tight. It's not massively spade heavy, but it's not spade tight either. There's some power in the game. There are some workers. Um, what are your guys' thoughts on evaluating economy like that?
Yeah, I think it's pretty solid economically. This setup basically like promotes like an early temple opening because it's in the first round, which most factions want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing is like you can still open stronghold in this opening and be fine because
Right.
this game rewards you with that big building pass tile. So the ability to score points off of the round with your normal building development, or just if you're giants or swarmlings, you can just cash in on that uh big building. So I think this game, like, it promotes any type of like
Mm-hmm.
like building plan that you want, and you're pretty much going to be able to score from it, I think, which is really nice. It just goes along with what you're saying, that this game definitely is well rounded.
Right. And Ryan, feel free to
Yeah,
just toss in a faction. I mean, let's continue chatting about the
yeah,
setup
I
as we're
think
throwing in factions and stuff. But yeah, feel free to
yeah,
just to go for it.
I still think this setup is still maybe a little bit coin short because for the cult rewards, like it's coins first round, and it's you have to put a priest in there. So it's like really, how are you gonna? No one's really gonna get coins from that. And the passing tiles, like the highest is you only have the one passing tile with really like good coins, which is the 4 coins and one step bump.
Right.
So I still think coins will be difficult to come around, especially in round 4 and 5.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
really
think I agree with that because there are no coins on the cults, so it will be a coin.
Yeah, I also really like Darklings here because, like I said, there's no pass priest tile, so they're gonna like have no pressure to send their priest into whatever cult they want, presumably into water, and it's gonna give them coins and a priest in return. And I mean, that's also not to say they might buy another priest and
Mm-hmm.
send 2 priests into the cult this first round. So I mean, Darklings are always fun to play, but like in these like in this type of opening, like it's really interesting.
So if you're Darklings here, you'd be tempted to toss your first priest to a cult. Those extra 2 coins.
Absolutely. I'm a sucker for
Yeah.
cults.
Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's exactly why I chose them, because as Darklings, you can use your priest to put it into the blue cult. You automatically get 2 coins. Next round, you're getting your priest back. You could always use the action first. Since you're first to act, you could always take the second priest. So then you could either use it to dig a spot to put a dwelling out, or you can use it to put in the cults again and get 2 coins.
Totally. It's all up to you, Claybo. Just catching up with chat here. Zoris is saying trading post round 4 means sometimes you can skip Earth 1. Although with late big buildings twice does not look like high scoring. So that's an interesting point. Building out your economy early in such a way so that you can actually kind of afford, in a sense, the worker economy of like building out 4 trading posts can be really rewarding. Although as Zoris goes on to flag, having back-to-back big building bonuses in the last rounds is kind of tricky for scoring. So it's could be kind of tricky there. Ghost is saying need a faction that has self-scoring. I think that's a common thing. A lot of people will look at having, particularly with back-to-back scoring rounds in the last 2 rounds, usually sort of suggests a lower scoring matchup. So it's certainly a
I think
reasonable.
like somebody has spoken about mermaids. Mermaids might have been interesting with the 4th round trading post. The only issue is that if I would have put them if there were both the coins, because or unless you go with a fire one, but I'm not sure if you can really do the dwelling rush in round 2 to get the worker income. So it's slightly confusing.
Right.
And then when do you build the second temple for water one? If you don't build the second temple for water one, then it's rough.
As Darklings?
No. As mermaids.
As mermaids.
If mermaids were put in the game.
Right. So Ryan, you're going with Darklings here, right? Is the strongest faction?
Excuse me, what was that?
Well, and now a noob as well. I've just noted that you guys have both gone after Darklings as the strongest faction here.
Yeah, I think Darklings still have a good setup. The only thing is they're probably sandwiched in between. Well, they are sandwiched in between cultists and swarmlings. But normally swarmlings tend to have a lower building count than most factions. So maybe they won't be contesting over some of your black hexes.
Yeah, I find this kind of hard to evaluate because on one hand, like Darklings are generically strong, people know that, but they are sandwiched. As you mentioned, Swarmlings are not super high footprint, so it's not like being sandwiched between Cultists and Mermaids for sure, but they still are sandwiched. Cultists look pretty strong here, but again, those back-to-back round 5 and 6 scoring is a bit of a concern. And then Engineers having no color neighbors looks awesome, but how are they going to score in round 5 and 6? So as usual, I'm asking lots of questions and not really providing any meaningful insight. I don't know what the answer to all those questions are.
Oh god, I cracked myself up. I knew we were playing Fire and Ice, but like I forgot we were playing Fire and Ice, if that makes sense.
How? We're literally looking at a Fire and Ice map.
I haven't even looked at the board. I was just like looking at like the tiles and the year, and I like glanced at the map. Yeah, Cultists is still like pretty strong on this map. Darklings are really good on this map. Engineers are really good on this map.
Yeah, people
trying to figure out where everyone's gonna start. It definitely sways like who's getting a better first year. But yeah, no color neighbor Engineers is hard to deny.
Yeah, and there are points in the pass tiles. Like there's 3 scoring pass tiles.
And this is a map where you can actually play that bridge strat with the Engineers fairly well, and it can pay off. So I'm not super worried about that double big building in 5 and 6.
I mean, Swarmlings at 30 VP can't be super wrong here either.
Yeah, this is just one of those things where every faction's really strong. So this auction's not going to go too much longer in my mind.
Because do swarmling start probably with a big building pass tile, and they obviously build a stronghold and possibly a temple the first round, and just plan to dig the next round.
Yeah, I've seen it before where they can open like maybe both big buildings in round one. A lot of things has to fall into their laps for that, but I think that would be pretty strong as well. But the only thing is with the big buildings, normally when I like to play swarmlings and open with a temple, normally round two I like to have a big building to build my sanctuary.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I have the opportunity to build the Stronghold Sanctuary round one, even with the 5 and 6 pass tile as it is, I'm definitely gonna do that. The only downside to Swarmlings here is that they don't have the trading post pass tile, which is a little sad,
Yeah.
but it's still fine.
Yeah, I thought the scoring opportunities for Swarmlings were a bit low here, but maybe.
Yeah. Just catching up with chat
Also,
here. Don't think cultists can take away that many hexes from Darklings on Fire and Ice typically.
That's pretty true. Whoever said that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure how to pronounce your username, AJE, AJ. I don't know, but that's who mentioned that, which is a really good point. Ghostly's asking where my cat is. It's a good question. Hopefully she's asleep. Usually about midstream she'll start screaming, and then I'll try to find a place for her in my office here without her, I don't know, jumping on an important cable that's necessary for the stream. Yeah. And yeah, good question on whether this is an arena game. No, we're doing arena settings here, so it's Fire and Ice, landscapes off, mini expansions on, but we are in training mode. It's initials AJE. Gotcha. Cool. Thanks for pointing that out, Ghostly. Love the chat overlay, but the messages disappear after 30 seconds or something. I see. So that's a setting that I can mess with maybe after this stream.
Oh boy. All right. Okay, enough. Yeah, it's really it's not worrisome, but engineers can just get so much leech in this first round just because just everybody seems to join them up in the south. So that's what I'm kind of anticipating here. That's why I like engineers so much.
Who's going to join? Like in the south, I would assume is just engineers and cultists. Darklings aren't probably going to start in the south, are they?
I mean, maybe. Like, I guess Darklings alter that a good bit.
Right. My assumption is that cultists will start H4 and then probably D8 or C3. Although yeah, I'm not sure. But my assumption is cultists start in the south. Darklings start on E3 with Swarmlings on D6. And then I don't know where cultists or Darklings' second dwellings would go.
Mm-hmm.
It's tricky because with temp ship in the game, it's really nice as a brown faction to start on D3 and then single dig D5 into E1. You can get 2 dwellings out with a single dig, and it's some nice early expansion. But again, do Darklings just sort of...
Yeah, so that was the concern, yeah. If Darklings start, E5, then that game plan is kind of tossed up.
D5? Like the black?
E5. Yeah, D5,
D5, yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, I also like that plan quite a lot. Starting on C3 and then double dig round 1 and start your hexes.
Yeah, for sure.
The cult rewards are kind of meh this game for I mean, kind of everybody. They're pretty good for Darklings, but for Engineers, Cultists, and Swarmlings, they're kind of lame. So it's kind of sad if I end up with Cultists because it's like that's the best part about being Cultist, right? You. This is a game where you're probably going to be building double temples. If well, no, you're not probably. There's a chance you build double temples, and basically, uh, the cult rewards is how you win. But I just don't know if these cults are that great.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The thing I think about like cultists in this game is the cult rewards aren't that good. There's also the town turn 3. Will you be able to build a town turn 3? While as swarmlings, typically they're if they can open a sanctuary in either round 2 or 1 or 2, they're able to build a town, and then they could take the 2 key town, which just bumps them over the cultists and most cults.
Mm-hmm.
They can close out cults faster.
Yeah, no, you're right. Swarmlings definitely. It's Swarmlings and Cultists competing on the Cults, and I think Swarmlings have the upper hand here because Swarmlings, like you said, they're probably going to build that town in round 3, whereas Cultists, it's too difficult. I think. Contrary to what we are saying, Weber says, "You know what? I am the Cultist master. Hear me roar."
Well, I don't love playing Swarmlings. If I was a better player, I would just objectively choose factions based on what I think is the best. But I mean, part of me doesn't always know how to evaluate Swarmlings because I don't play them a ton, and I just am not. I don't love playing them. Darklings, I'm just not convinced on what they're like, what their opening is, because they're not opening with a sanctuary, and then if they send their priests to a cult, then they're just ending temple and a dwelling. Um, Maybe they go fancy and they use their power for a priest and they get 2 priests to cults, which gets them some coins, but then Swarmlings and Cultists are in the game, so it's not like Darklings are going to actually get any VP out of that. So they're just like, so I just am not seeing like a line for Darklings that I'm in love with. And NG, I would be interested in playing here. I think I'm not sure about the point gap. I think they're bid down lots, but anyhow.
Yeah, I really like Darkling's plan actually. Like even though they're not getting the sanctuary, I think it's pretty likely they get 2 priests on the Colts, and
why do you like that
that's
so much
just
though? Just out of curiosity, because again, like Swarmlings and Cultists are both in, so they're just gonna decimate
Like
the cults.
in my opinion, as a Darkling player, you only need to win one cult to have a good game because you have so much internal scoring. You have
Mm-hmm.
the pass files, which you get points. You can get points for digging. So in the cults, you'd only need to win one.
Right,
it's
but
not even that like I'm trying to win a cult with one of those priests that I send, but you are getting like 2 3 spots, which means if you get earth 1 and water 1, you're also getting an extra bump, which gives you like the extra 2 power, and it also puts you at the 5 spot. Is the 5 spot good enough for like a 4th place? Like that's pretty good on the Colts for Darklings, and you're also getting rewarded for those priests that you sent, 2 coins and basically a dig for each of those. So like I don't know. That's what I would be looking at as the Darklings, but you're totally right in that like it's not like the juiciest opening for Darklings, especially when you could possibly go Sanctuary or something. I don't know.
mm-hmm.
Also, another point I'd like to add is that with the Swarmlings in the game, uh, Earth 1 I don't really think is threatened round 1. So I could probably, as first action, take the priest with ease. And then when I build my temple, I probably won't even need to get Earth 1. I could probably just go and fire 1 and then get Earth 1 next round with the Sanctuary. That would be my opening, how I'd open with them.
Yeah.
Interesting starting placements here from both of you guys, with Darklings on H3 and Engineers on G3.
Oh, whoops. Oh, this is what I was talking to you about with the Leech Party for Engineers.
Yeah, wasn't expecting that.
It's always a possibility. I wasn't say I was predicting it, but like in these situations, like engineers, oh man, they're fine with just like abandoning a temple or such. Okay, obviously I go here.
This is a
I guess
very
we go here.
unorthodox start, I gotta say. It's cool.
Hey, we like that. We like
Good.
unorthodox and cool.
With engineers in the game, I knew they were going to go G3 or H5. So if I place I5, I only get engineers as a partner. Maybe swarmlings go H6. But by placing H3, I have access across the lake to maybe build a town with some of the hexes over there. And I also, cultists also go H4, which gives me a perfect, what is it, leech party at the start, or triangle, leech triangle, you guys call it?
Yeah.
That is what we call it.
Yeah.
Leech
Although
party.
some might call that a leech square, a leech rhombus.
All right. Not sure if this is super correct, but seems kind of awkward, I
Let's
gotta
go. I mean, what are your alternatives?
say. D8, maybe? The question is connection. Connection through the west is pretty sketchy with Darklings on H3. I assume a bunch of that stuff will be taken. Like, well, I don't really know what your plans are, Ryan, but I'd assume, like, I don't know, you're gonna.
You think he has plans?
I'm thinking.
This guy.
I'm thinking he might have plans.
Yeah,
just.
this one will be interesting where to place it. I have an idea of where I might want to go.
The engineers have the opportunity to go mega crazy with the whatever that hex is, ABC. But I'm gonna turn these on that way I don't sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
But yeah, next to me and cultist, whatever that hex is,
H5.
turn my stuff.
Yeah, that would be pretty nuts.
Yeah. If I'm engineers, I'm a sucker for leech, and I take it 10 times out of 10, whether it's correct or not.
See, now I'm tempted to go I5.
Do it.
Stay away from the north.
Really? And give me all of the north?
It gives.
But you have no neighbors. Like, that's.
It gives both of us north play, actually.
And it cuts you off from H4.
I'm on H4. It cuts me off from what, like?
I4. You know, and then you have to go I3, and then where do you go from there?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm a lazy town builder. So my plan, if you go I5, is to build a temple and leave it. I just abandon my structures. And then I just am not as competitive on network. Or I double dig I3 and I4 and build a town and 3 ship and fight you for hexes, and then that costs me a ton, so I still don't win network. If you go I5, I'll do some stuff to try to fight you, but
well, the thing about the cultist here is you don't know if Swarmlings, which is myself, is playing a low footprint game. So even if cultists like get abandoned with H4, they could possibly still do a town there and still get like 3rd place in network, which is pretty incredible. But you also don't know what Clay is planning on, which is part of the problem because Clay doesn't know what he's planning on.
This is absurd.
This is bizarre.
Because, like,
I love this.
I need to take the spade because it's a spade, and I can't give that to engineers. But what am I digging? I guess I4. I guess I am setting up a town in the south. Why not?
I would love to be engineers here. This looks like a lot of fun.
I agree.
You want to trade?
No.
You could just log on as Claybo 100, and I can log on as 85. We could switch.
So I have an interesting decision here with respect to what bonus should I go for, and
between what?
Between the coins and the power and the worker. And
I mean, power and worker is really strong for the engineers.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would say that's pretty much
yeah,
the better one.
And my other
yeah,
thought with that is like you're gonna have tons of coins because you're gonna have lots of power. What you will be short on is like is a worker. Like I feel like coins are easier to make up in the first round just through free power conversions than workers. Workers are more apt to be your limiting.
yeah. And I mean, and another important decision is to go with double temple or not, and maybe prioritize taking the green hex above me. So that's an important decision. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just need to catch up to chat here. Rainier's correctly asking what are Darklings doing here, and to that I don't have an answer for you. I'm sorry.
Don't listen to Rainier.
Don't. Well,
He's crazy.
Yeah, we're not really sure.
He plays with a plan. That's the problem.
See, here I was just expecting a normal Terra Mystica game where everyone plays on the boring hexes and blah 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 blah. But instead, and I think I have a, I think this happens anytime there's an audience, is we all really want to do crazier stuff, which is totally fine. I'm totally down for doing crazy stuff in front of like 20 people. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, this is great.
Engineers are just going to get an absurd amount of leech.
I mean,
I can't remember the last time that my upgrades would give leech to 4 different structures in round 1. That doesn't happen, right? I mean, I guess unless you're Chaos Magicians on this map, but like I'm just looking at my own H4 hex, and it's just like everyone profits off of cultists here so much. Someone's asking, can NG like double spade and take workers? Yeah, probably. I mean, they'll certainly. I think they'll have enough power for all of that stuff. I think it's a question of like, just securing those actions. Like Clay might snap up the workers here, but otherwise, I think engineers can afford pretty much whatever they want.
Yeah, there's a bit of a fun problem with all of us being together is we all want to buy power actions. I mean, as much as Darklings want to buy workers, I also want to buy workers. As much as engineers want double spades, so does, I mean, possibly me, possibly cultists, and we're all gonna have power to do it. So how do the power actions fall? Is I haven't even thought about it, but it's
Yeah, I mean, I was seriously contemplating whether to start with double dig round 1.
Do you?
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, I just don't think you need to. Cause like.
Yeah.
I think no one was threatening it, so you could always take it next turn and get more leech.
The only okay, so now I think it's sorted. I mean, I was concerned if Claybo is going to dig the green above me.
Right.
Oh no, I've pretty much given up on G4, or this guy for a town. Although maybe I shouldn't have, because I probably should be aiming for a town early.
I mean, I'm also fine if I can have the town early, and you can play Earth 1 Swarmlings.
I mean, with everybody getting this much like power, which is like essentially resources, there's probably every one of us might have a chance at building a town in round 3.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised. That is very pretty, like a butterfly.
Yeah, that's something else.
Oh, that's rude. How dare you not build?
Is right. I mean, I just hesitate because I'm giving so much leech right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm giving 7 power out to my opponents by building a temple, but the power actions aren't overwhelming right now.
Well, which power actions would you want to use this round?
Priest, maybe double dig.
But the priest is gone. Double dig is gone.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. So I can take
So-
workers to build, like, to go double temple. I'm not sure if that really makes a ton of sense. I can take a single spade action, but I don't really have another hex to put a single spade.
So where would because you already have a dig, right?
Yeah,
So where would
exactly.
you want to place that dig right at the moment? Where do you want to
I
place
mean,
it?
probably I4. It's the simplest. I think at this point it does look like I'll probably aim for a sanctuary town in the south. Yeah,
Probably.
So
Yep. I will take that. I wonder if bridging to D5 and then spading D5 is interesting.
yeah, it might be. It's just, it only gets me to, I guess, and then I could spade. Maybe that was the play, actually. Bridge to D. Well, it would be interesting if I could get the bridge and the single spade, because then I could get out 3 dwellings, but then I wouldn't have workers for a temple, so never mind. But that's the thing about the bridge, is like, it just gets me to D5. It doesn't really get me anywhere else.
What about using 5 power for a priest to increase shipping right away? That's always possible.
Rainier in chat is saying you would double temple. Okay, so that my opportunities for doing that are long gone at this point. But I'm interested, like, why do you think in chat is double temple here good for cultists versus other setups? Just because the spades are gone?
This is a map that promotes double temple just because you want early shipping and not just one shipping, you want 2. So double temple helps you get to that the fastest while also still being able to play cults a little bit. That's sort of my take on why, and also it's the temple scoring round, but
Fair enough.
That's generally why double temple cultist is more used on this map than the other maps.
Yep, fair enough.
Alrighty.
And someone else in chat sort of backs it up. Like, I think double temple is almost always just good for cultists, presuming no double spade or temp ship opener.
Yeah, it's hard to deny that. It's just it's just so common on the base map to like take a single dig or a double dig to open up to like other hexes, which seems to boost your economy a little better than what you can do on this map or not. But I mean, I don't know. That's not to say double temple isn't just as good or better. Decisions.
So this is interesting now. I mean, it can still allow me to do the double temple opening, which seems pretty strong.
Oh yeah, very strong.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could actually squeak out, correct me if I'm wrong, Anoop, but 2 temple, 2 dwelling.
Possible. Yes, possible. And
which is ridiculous for engineers, I think. I'm in a bit of a tight spot here, guys. I think I'm just passing for temp ship, but then the question is, yeah, think that makes sense.
I mean, I would still, if I was playing cultists, I'd still bridge, just because everybody has a couple more actions, and you're still going to be able to do whatever you want going into that next round.
Just get out of bridge now?
Because assume you're taking the double spade, which is cost the most power to do next round, right?
Yeah.
You can spend a bridge now, and looking at everybody's moves, I have to upgrade trading post. It looks like Darklings are going to use their cult step and possibly still send a priest, and obviously engineers are going to either build a couple dwellings or build another temple. So that leaves you with plenty of like wiggle room to still do moves and still secure the double bridge, because you can spend 3 power and you can get the temp ship, which gives you half of that power you spent, and then still leaves
I
you
guess
with
the
enough
question I
power.
have is what does a bridge do for me? If I'm passing for temp ship, like assuming I'm passing for temp ship. I mean, other than it's a bridge.
Well, I mean, you don't have to think of temp ship as like temp ship at that point. Well, okay, first of all, if you do take temp ship, you can dig D5, and now you still have the opportunity to get E1. So it's not like a complete temp ship dud.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'm just tossing my other spade probably on something like I3. Anyhow, I'll give that a shot.
Yeah, it just seems like you need a bridge eventually. Why not?
It's true. Fair enough.
But fair enough. Okay, what do we have to do? We have to do this thing. That's right.
Wait, you didn't take the bridge?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Bridges are for chumps, aka engineers. He carries around a little drawing of bridges on it because he forgets how to make bridges.
I forgot that, of course, you were upgrading on D6, Claybo. I didn't convert quite enough power down, so I need to decline engineer's next build when you build your temple.
That's very depressing.
Lost out on a half a coin there. Yeah.
All right. What am I supposed to do? I do like Earth 1 here, so I will take it.
Now, why do you like Earth 1 here, Clay?
Basically, I see myself building about a dwelling or so every round, which means if I just built one dwelling every round, I'm losing about 6 points from not getting water 1, but I'm also blocking darklings from it, and I can still get water 1 relatively fast, which means, am I really losing 6 points from not taking water 1? I don't think so.
I guess the question is that if you're going Earth 1, Water 1, then you're not going Water 1, Air 1. So you're delaying Water 1 by... I mean, I don't know. It depends on what you're planning next turn. Are you planning on a Sanctuary round 2?
Probably not. I don't think that's in the cards, but I expect that blocking darklings is pretty good, and also just, I mean, like the difference between water 1 and earth 1 is only 1 point per round that you don't have water 1, right? So like people always like, I don't know, some people hate on it, but I think it's fine. Like what, it's only 1 point per round.
Right.
Six. I mean, I could actually build sanctuary now. That's another thing too. But
you would need to burn 2 power, so you'd burn down to 7 power tokens. Why wouldn't you?
I really like that spade there. So here's the thing.
Really?
I actually.
All right, chat, if you're Claybo here, you can build a sanctuary. Would you build a sanctuary, or would you be eyeing up that spade as well? Because you can do it without burning below 6, right? You just have to burn off 2 tokens.
Let's see. Let's look at it. Let's see what I'm at. I'm at.
Yeah, he'll be with 7 tokens.
We've got 1 vote for sanctuary. Another person that says this has to be sanctuary, right? I'm on that of like, obviously. Yeah. Now, this isn't a democracy, Clay, so you can do whatever you want.
Well,
but there is a mob.
The thing, there's an issue with Sanctuary, which is as long as you can get another dwelling out the next round, you're fine.
Right.
But I don't think I can.
Oh, that's the concern, because if you don't have enough power or a spade or something,
Actually, I will be able to get single spade. I will be able to get single spade. No, I can't even guarantee I get single spade.
Right.
This is just, oh man. If I could guarantee a single spade, I'd be more willing to do it. And the other thing too is if I built a sanctuary and then I passed and I just did nothing and made a really quick pass because I couldn't upgrade a trading post, like I could just jump back onto the big building. But I can't even guarantee I'm getting the big building because engineers surely would take it if they had the opportunity. So
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Knowing all of that, against all natural instincts.
Pass with a spade.
Yeah, I just got to figure out what I'm doing with my power. I know I'm getting 1 upgrade from the engineers.
Mm-hmm.
The engineers are also in a weird spot too.
They are.
Because basically, if I wanted to disrupt them, I could. I mean, they could just build 2 dwellings.
How would you disrupt them? By what? Single spading and taking...
Well, I mean, if you left me the double spade, I could. But are you leaving me the double spade? Probably not. And even
no,
then,
and isn't Anoop securing both of those hexes this turn? Anoop?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
he
I
probably.
see.
Yeah,
probably...
most likely. I mean, now with the single spade gone, for sure.
It's just a little upsetting because I should have accounted for that power. Oh well.
Now the question here is...
it's just a little upsetting because he's... I guess it's totally fine. He's still going to get a ton of power.
Question here is, do you burn 3 power to get out that second dwelling? My intuition says yes, but I'm always very like, I'll burn a lot to get out extra stuff round 1.
Since he has all 12 power tokens, I don't see why not.
Oh, totally. I mean, totally makes sense.
Okay. Unless you're really in a situation where you can get double dig and you absolutely need it, and doing it will prevent you from doing it or something. Like if it's incredibly disruptive, but otherwise, I mean, where you're at right now in Noop is tends to be where engineers want to be at the end of round 2. In my evaluation, like you have 2 temples, 2 dwellings, Earth 1, Earth 2. Yeah, this is really strong. It's a lot of power.
Lot of power, everybody.
So I'm definitely taking 2 spades. I'm definitely digging that. The question is, where does the second spade go? Probably it just goes I3, but I think I'm actually not going to do that. I know this is an open game, but at the same time, I'm trying to replicate what I would do in most arena games. Technically, like that red hex is probably not of interest to Darklings as a triple dig necessarily, but digging it to yellow on principle is digging it 1 hex closer to them. And because that's where their Sanctuary wants to go, it's not out of... it wouldn't be out of the question that Darklings would double dig I3 as a yellow hex to black if they had the opportunity to do so. Now, will they? I don't know, but I really don't want to be in a position where I have to, like, hard dig. So I think this is one of those awkward things where I'm going to toss a spade up here, where I probably want for a town anyhow. It's not super great right now, but I'm just going to do something like that and then build over here.
Yeah, I will say, though, looking at the resources of Darklings, it doesn't look like it's at all any... I mean, you probably already think it's not in his interest, but it's even more not in his interest because he needs a spade, another priest somehow to dig it, and if he burns down 5 power to build a dwelling there, then he can't build the sanctuary.
It's true.
So it looks like there's no world where a seemingly Ryan who is paying attention to his resources ever digs that. But yeah, sometimes better to be safe than to be sorry.
And the question for me is, even if it's not this turn, then when is it? At the top of next turn, Ryan will have 2 priests. Maybe he wants to dig it then. And then I'm putting extra pressure on myself to come up with a single spade action, which isn't the hardest thing in the world to get at least a single spade or the bonus spade or something like that. But still, it's just like, I haven't thought that through into how all that stuff's expected to break down. So, I don't know. It's sort of playing a little safe. It is delaying my aspirations for a town next round, like, which is just not going to happen. But
we are also seeing Earth 1 pay off more than Water 1 this round. Fun fact. It's not to say it will pay out in the long run, but at least for the short term, take note.
I think arguably that dwelling would have scored you 2 points even if you didn't have Earth 1. Oh, you're building 2 dwellings this round is what you're getting at.
That's yeah.
I see. Fair enough. Yep.
I mean, I'm sure Water 1 will quickly catch up. Or theoretically would have caught up, but whatever. I'm sure Darklings are crying behind their computer screen that they didn't get Earth 1. I can hear
It's all good. It's fine. As long as it's here, it's fine.
It's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, totally.
It actually is. It actually is fine.
So I think here I'm taking coins. Yeah.
Oof. I would have loved to see those. If I got coins there, I think I was just going to build a sanctuary. But no, I don't know.
Do you have enough now? I don't think you do. Let you put your priest somewhere, get an extra power.
You're right, yeah. Sanctuary would be nice now just because I could get points for this trading post. But now I'm not going to. I mean, I could just directly turn the priest into a point, but that's kind of lame. And it doesn't look like I'm getting power from anybody.
What's that noob doing this round?
What is a noob up to?
Yeah, so I'm thinking now to go for a temple and go for Water 1.
How about third temple?
Yep.
I mean, he's got a ton of power, or just a ton of resources.
I don't have much to do anyways in the round.
Right. Yeah, it's true. It's one of the tricky things about going double temple, like 2 temple, 2 dwelling opening. When it's happened for me, you're not always left with a ton to do the next round, especially if the spades get eaten up. And your starting placements don't make just doing ship advances particularly easy either. Like ship advances don't get you super far until you have like pretty heavy ship.
Yeah, and I think the 2 priest income might help in that case to make the ship advances and then also throw the priest and the cult.
Right.
Bum, bum, bum.
Awesome. Thanks, Deranged. Appreciate you dropping by. And Gray says, I feel like Claybo should have just taken the coins over the spade and built the sanctuary this round. Did you feel like that single spade was under threat, Claybo? Is that why you...
Engineers definitely wanted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally I would have taken that, no doubt.
I mean, Sanctuary is really good. I was still aiming for the Sanctuary, but I didn't get the... I was 1 power token short, and I also was hoping that no one would buy the power for the coins. But this just sets up my town for the next round, so I'm not upset about it. It's fine. But yeah, it would have been nice. I just like the extra dwelling this round too.
Yep, fair enough. I was wondering when you were going to make a move, Ryan.
I've already made plenty. No.
I mean, make a move as in, like, get the heck out of where you are.
Because, I might get 1 more power from him upgrading.
There it is.
Wow.
It's a lot of priest production for engineers.
Yep.
So, yeah.
This is looking like the cultists are gonna lose out on water 1, which is fine, but
yeah, it's totally fine.
It's noteworthy.
It's noteworthy. It feels a lot better with a round 4 trading post event.
Yep.
Yep. Just trying to figure out what sort of my plan is for next round. One of the tricky things I find with cultists sometimes, just depending on where you're playing, and part of this had to do with Darkling's starting locations. Frankly, H3 has sort of been a bit of a nuisance for me because I haven't gotten a ton of cult bumps. I've basically gotten 3, right, from my upgrades on H4 and I4. And I've had some expansion this round, but there was no adjacency there, so I wasn't able to benefit from any cult bumps there. So, little lacking there.
Yeah, it's a bit odd for cultists.
Yep.
And you have everybody playing culty.
Whoa, another priest to a cult for Darklings.
See, so if I go water 1 this round,
I see.
I'll gain it back with the cult rewards.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it just puts me up to number 8 spot.
Yep, fair enough.
Did you plan that?
Did I plan? No, because I planned getting Earth One, but since Earth One was gone, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be taking Water One. So
Man with the plan. I'll tell you what, Deer Park is the worst water. I just have to say. Ugh,
Deer Park?
so gross. Deer Park. I don't even know if you know what that is, but it's gross. Dasani for days.
So at this point, if you look at it now, I mean, the way the game started, I mean, cultists have been affected really badly, in my opinion.
How so?
I mean, swarmlings are going to take the 2-key town. So the other option was for cultists to fight on the network, and
Yeah, it is a bit scary.
and if they lose this red, I mean, they won't lose this red hex, but I mean that just means a lot of dig pressure to get this red hex in the last row.
Yeah, for sure. I think here I'm going to be kind of lame and just pass here. Yeah, for sure. And so I'm sort of assuming, in the spirit of playing open, that I'm getting 2 leech from Darklings this turn. When you build your Sanctuary on H3. I have 3 coming in, so it's a total of 5. So I'll have enough power to take double dig again next turn, which should be kind of annoying to engineers. And the question is where do I actually put those digs? D4 and B5 make a lot of sense. I don't have shipping yet. I won't be able to upgrade ship before I take 2 spades, so I have to do it first turn. Ryan's also going to be starting next round with 4 priests. So he could double dig or triple dig I3 at that point. So it might be a situation. I don't know how correct this is, but if I actually just take double dig on I3 now and lock up town space that I'm not going to use next turn, but I'm going to want later on. It also allows me to connect later, possibly. And yeah, that's what's going through my mind. There was also, there were 2 points tiles sitting there. Upgrading shipping might have been interesting. Trying to take Sigil Dig to go east. Not really sure. And yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on my current position, and what do you think I should probably be doing? Because I feel like I'm not doing very great things.
I agree. I mean, it looks pretty good to take double dig, and I as Swarmlings expect you to take double dig.
Yeah.
But you do have an option of taking the double dig, or are you still wanting Water 1? So that is a decision to be made.
Right.
And for me, I then have to make the decision based off your decision whether I take coins or I take Water 1 if it's left. So that's sort of where my head's at. I haven't looked at anything else.
Right, fair enough. And the way I often work on Water 1 is it's like, if games are going really well, like it's
a luxury.
That's a word I was thinking about. It's a luxury item. And like when games are going really well, I find I don't even really think about Water 1 that often. I just sort of like, I have structures out, I have a trading post up, I just like build a temple when it makes sense. Like it all, like I don't feel, in good games, I don't feel like I'm stretching myself too thin to do it. But at this point, I'd have to like build a temple outside of a trading post round, so I'm losing some points there. I'm building up even further. I'm having like expansion issues. Like it would just feel like I'd have to give up a lot right now in order to build it. I don't know. Perhaps that's what my focus should be right now. But my intuition right now is just to do this. And then I'm not entirely sure what I do after that.
Yeah, I totally get that. It's just in a game where you're not sure if you're scoring on network or Colts. It's like, how do we score?
For sure.
So it's worrisome, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, no, absolutely. I sent my cult bump to air there just because I expect to send a priest to earth this round. And I'm not getting 2 spades because I don't think I'll be building 2 more structures next to people. I mean, I guess I could. If I took water 1, but oh no, it's I see you took it with your sanctuary.
Yep.
Yep, that makes sense. What you doing all those priests, Ryan?
So I think one of the priests is going here.
So I was definitely eyeing G6. If I was able to get that, that would have been great for me, because then I could have just got I6 and then built 3 trading posts to get a town there. So I think that was a good move by Anoop taking G6.
So yeah, I mean, I was hoping to get the double dig, but yeah, I mean, since Weber took it, I have to somehow secure 1 town spot.
Yeah.
Someone on stream was wondering, sorry to interject, someone on stream was wondering where the cat is, and it's now standing behind my monitor. So, and yeah, if you hear a Siamese cat screaming in the background, that's not in your head, that's actually a live cat that's standing next to me. Anyhow, sorry to interject.
Wait, you have a... I got...
What? It's on stream right now. Okay. This is pushing it. All right, Molly, say hi to the stream. Yeah.
Oh
okay.
my God, is that a Siamese?
This is
Siamese?
Yeah, half Siamese, half ragdoll. So she likes talking.
Oh my God, what a combo! That's incredible.
So it's a ragamese cat, I guess.
A ragamese.
They just make Siamese. They make up names like that so they can pretend it's a full breed cat again, as opposed to it being like a mutt between. Anyhow, yes, it's a ragamese.
Yo, that's a good mix though.
It is. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Priest to Earth seems reasonable. What are people's ships at? Not a ton. No one's doing much shipping.
All right. I could take the coins here. Is it worth it?
Or just pass on to the big building bonus?
Yeah.
Are coins never worth it?
I gotta figure out what engineers are doing. Let's see. Engineers. Surely they have to do another move with all that power. Darklings, what do they do? I mean, Darklings could take the coins if I don't, as well as engineers. Oh my gosh, this is so scary. Deny the coins. Engineers could also build a town right in front of my eyes. No, they couldn't. I'm on drugs. I'm just gonna buy the coins.
I just gotta close the door to my office. Let the cat open. 1 second. All right, I'm back. She went for the coins.
Yeah, we're gonna gamble it.
All right.
We're gonna see if I can have the best of both worlds here. And if not, I can just upgrade my ship and still get some points out of staying in the round. And I got to do something with this spade anyways, so it gives me something to do.
So let's take a look at Anoop's game here. What's just trying to have a look at your current position in Anoop and try to get an idea of what I would do in your shoes. I feel like upgrading ship and taking single spading E4 doesn't look terrible.
For sure. And that is what I was thinking. I mean, I was hoping actually that Clayball leaves the coins for me. But since he's taken it...
Let's go.
I mean, you have 9 coins.
Yeah, come on now. You're being a little greedy over there.
Yeah, Ghostly, Ryan, I'm not sure what Ghostly's comment was. I just introduced the cat to the stream. I think Ghostly's just getting at that you have animals too and shows them on your stream. We've all met Loki. And now this is Molly, the cat that screams on stream.
You ever give them catnip? Make them go crazy?
Yeah. Neither of our cats are really crazy about catnip. Like they don't like they like it okay, but they're not like they don't freak out for it constantly.
Lame. I don't mean to be the guy here who's spoiling. I just have to make note of this. There's some real pressure on H7, which I'm sure both of those guys know. But
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm
glad
aware.
I'm just glad it's not my problem.
Pressure on H7?
Yeah.
Why is there a ton of pressure on H7?
Because engineers need a 4-hex town, and H7 allows them to do that. Whereas F4 is super expensive.
Right. I forgot that people actually try to build towns in this game. Totally.
Every now and then. I mean, take a note of G4. We kind of forgot how to build a town at that moment. But yeah, that's just one of those things where Darklings have to know how to get to that hex faster than the engineers, and if not, how exactly are they going to compensate for it? And engineers are thinking the exact same thing, because engineers can't double dig right now. So, it's so weird. And this isn't open table talk, so I would never say this normally, but I just feel like I should just say something because this is what the players are thinking. They're just very anxious about it at the moment, as anyone would be. This is a high pressure situation. I mean, engineers could always dig F4, but that's the saddest triple dig I've ever seen.
Yes, that's super expensive.
But sometimes it do be like that.
There it is.
Let's go. And the crowd goes wild. He did it.
Someone just commented that there are 5 bridges wanted and only 4 power actions available. Darklings want a bridge, NG wants a bridge.
Oh my god, whoever said that is a genius.
Yeah,
that's
genius.
So true.
It's very true.
I mean, half of those bridges are from the engineers, so do they really count?
Well,
yes, they still count. They still count because they can buy the power action.
Darklings want to. Well, the thing I would say is someone wants to bridge to H7.
Then I need a bridge to H2.
So what I'm thinking here is that I'm going to pass now. Put my cult spade on E2 and then double dig H7 round 1.
You're a madman. But yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And since I don't have coins, I think I'm just going to take the coin action.
Oh no, you didn't convert. You fool.
Oh
no.
Oh man. Okay.
So that cost you 2 coins.
Now who's crying?
A couple of coins.
Engineers or the Darklings?
I thought the cultists were. I thought I was the one crying here. Especially after you pumped me up a ton, Quavo, to the crowd. You were like, "Oh, Weber's a madman with cultists." What?
I don't think I've ever beaten you when you play cultists.
Well, I think you're about to experience what it's like to beat.
I've been waiting so long, and I'm so glad it's in a training game.
That's true. Yeah, well, this is the secret to beating me in cultists. Just friggin' everyone start in the Southern Peninsula, and I'm not really entirely sure what to do with myself. I don't know why it's throwing me off so well. I mean, I have a town there. I'll build up next round, and I don't know. Anyhow, building trading posts next round. Spade looks good. I don't really want the dwelling pass right now. I have a cult spade coming in.
Whoa.
What?
I just saw that. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go for it. Darklings just sniped your pass tile.
Yeah. No, I expected that. Never
No.
mind. I expected engineers to take it. That's why I was like, wait, engineers didn't take it. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, engineers took the coins.
Yeah. I see. Okay.
Which I think they could have just used their power for coins. Well, we all noticed that they forgot that.
Yeah. That was a stupid move.
But then again, are they profiting off the pass tile? They don't have any big buildings, and do they want to build a big building next round or the round after?
Yeah, I mean, I think the plan would be to just spam a few trading posts and hope.
Yeah.
And get the town.
Just gonna go ahead and get these ship VPs.
Just as we are about to enter into round 4, why doesn't everyone just take a quick second just to sort of go around and roughly explain like where they think their game's at and what their sort of game plan is for the next round? Mainly so that I know, so I can try not to lose this game. No, I'm just joking. It's an open table game.
I'm just interesting to know, where's the second Swarmling town coming?
Don't worry about that. That's easy. That's a cakewalk.
That's a cakewalk, eh?
I don't know, but it's coming.
Probably going to go towards B3, A3, C2, and D3 or
B3,
C1.
A3, and C2. Okay.
But then he needs a bridge.
Right. Is that the easiest place for you to get a town, Clay? It's a lot of ship. Well, I guess you have 2 shipping. What am I talking about?
That's a big ship. I will say about my game plan, I got the town in round 3, double the 2 keys. I got Earth 1, Water 1. I'm feeling great. However, I've gotten 0 pass tiles I wanted, so I'm feeling terrible.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that dwelling pass tile. It doesn't look like it's going to score you a ton of points, Clay. I hate to break that to you, but...
Oh, no, it's not. But
it was just 4 coins? Is that what was stacked on it? I didn't see.
It was coins, and if I'm in the round forever, I'm buying it to somebody.
Right, yeah. Fair enough.
This looks fine. Does it? It does.
What about you, Ryan? What's your sort of game plan over the next round?
I think next round I'm going to just build 3 temples, and then we'll take it from there.
Build 3 temples?
3 temples?
That seems like a lot of temples.
No, trading posts, okay. Sorry.
Oh.
Not temples, trading posts.
I mean, you know, it's important to have dreams, for sure.
3 temples,
but
no, maybe not 3 temples.
I was thinking for myself, probably building a temple for Air 1 and getting a bunch of trading posts.
Wow. Darklings do not take the coins. That is super good for whoever gets the coins. I get the coins.
Yeah, why didn't you go coins there? Right?
I don't think I need them.
Don't need coins. That's the way to live. Don't need coins.
Because
right.
I think I'm going to need the bridge more than like a next round. And then will I be able to power enough to get that? And then since I'll be building 3 trading posts, I'll be getting another 6 coins with my 3 coins already.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm good.
I think you're good.
Oh, sorry about that.
I mean, Clayboy's not going to disagree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I would have definitely coins there, but he does have a good point. He does need that power for a bridge. So after some further thought, I'm not convinced taking that gold was as easy as I thought it was. But surely he can find a way to buy a bridge in 3 rounds.
Ryan, I hate to break it with you, but Rainier's not particularly pleased with you in chat. He used caps lock, so.
Oh, he capped him?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Doesn't think he need him. Doesn't think he needs them.
Oh, talking about the coins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit odd. Also, if you look at I wonder if I guess it's hard to foresee these kind of things, but if Ryan would have switched where his temple and sanctuary went, he could have still done 2 towns. But that's really hard to plan, like in round 1, when you have no idea how the bridges and the hexes are gonna fall.
Like round 2, no joke. I was thinking about instead of going sanctuary, maybe building another temple.
Just to be flexible.
Yeah, to be flexible and also maybe take advantage of the temple in round 5 or 6. The sanctuary in round 5 or 6. But then I wouldn't have been able to get the points from the big tower building.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Someone else is commenting that if you feel like you didn't need the coins, then why not just burn for the bridge action?
I don't need the bridge action this round. So probably I have one more move to do, which is build a trading post on H6. I'll then pass to get the shipping tile bonus points, and then first action round 5, I'll take the power bridge. So yeah, that's where I'm looking at.
Ooh.
The Southern Peninsula is just so much going on.
Yeah, it's all full. Is that rare? I feel like I don't see that too often.
It's
Every
pretty
hex
rare.
is taken.
It's pretty rare.
That's kind of cool. We might as well just go for the rest of the hexes on the board.
I guess I need to send a priest to air here if I'm going to be competitive in any of the cults. The problem is I have 2 spades coming in. I don't really have a great place for them. So that's pretty rookie.
You got one good spot.
Ugh.
Who said that?
Me.
Why? About my move?
No, about my current position. I'm not particularly pleased with myself. I'm just doing really not great, super great things.
So yeah, now the question is, I think I'm going to build a temple here to get air 1. It'll give me a few more points because I'm looking to see if you guys still have actions. If you have no more actions left, right now I'm probably closing to take the shipping bonus to get points closing next round. But since I think you guys all have actions left, I'll probably build a temple to get air 1.
Fair.
Because Claybo, he has to build a trading post. Aaron still has a dig to do. And I'm just guessing Anoop will want to build another trading post as well.
I assume, Claybo, that your goal would be to stay in the round as long as possible so you can try to get back onto Ryan's pass style.
Yeah, I mean, I'm positioned to where I can build my upgrade, and then I have the flexibility to stay in the round or pass out if it's available. So a lot of that depends on what cultist, or not cultist, who is in between us. Yeah, cultist 3. So that depends on what you do, which I have no idea what you do. I mean, surely you want to build a couple trading posts and you want to use your spade so it looks like I'm fine for getting what I want. But you never know. You never know. I've seen Barnawall skip out on a spade, and that was the greatest move.
What do you mean skipped out on us? Oh, yeah. Didn't use his pocket spade.
Yeah, there are times where sometimes you just gotta.
That was an F2O game, right?
It was.
And after the game, he said he went so far as to say that spade was just a decoy or something, if I recall the interview correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when you look at his game plan, like after the game was done, it made total sense. But when you're like there at that specific moment in round 5, it's really hard to like, or it's not really hard, but I guess it's just not clear. So yeah, sometimes it's hard to read your other players' game plans and situations. But the cool thing about not cool thing, but the super good thing about myself passing right now is I not only guarantee this pass tile for this next round, but I'm also guaranteeing next round's pass tile, assuming I can last as long as Darklings, because I can just jump on their shipping whenever I want to.
Right.
And if this guy wants a bridge, do I get the coins again?
Might happen.
Might happen.
Yeah, very well might.
Unless I take the coins and greed out for the bridge, but I don't think I can risk that. I don't think I can risk that. Because definitely a noob is scooping up the bridge. He's gonna scoop up the bridge if I don't take it.
Oh yeah. He's a scooper.
Oh, you scooped my H7 tile? My
I mean that had to be the play. Otherwise I was completely screwed.
That was definitely a good play.
As much as I would like to pull a Barnawall here, I don't think I can afford I don't just have digs to be tossing around. I mean, I have 2 air spades, and I can only use one of them, so I guess I am going to be probably declining a spade. It's a good question of what the heck do... I'm notorious, by the way, I find, of not planning out cult spades very well. I'm like, oh, there's spades in the cults, I should really work towards those. And then I do what I did here, which is like fought for air, used my cult plums there, took air 1, got a couple of priests there, and then it's like I don't have a great spot for my cult spades. And I could dig one of Engineer's Hex just to slow them down, but I think I'd actually kind of want Engineers up on B4 so that I can build a town up there, because it's... I mean, I could try to bridge C3 to D5, but the other, if I end up getting bridge blocked, another way to get a second town is just by inviting Engineers up to B4. So not really sure what the correct answer is there, right? It's like if I throw a single spade onto B4 and turn it red, that annoys Engineers a good bit, but I don't know that that's really doing me any favors long term. But in any case, I think I'm just going to pass here and jump onto this dwelling bonus, right? Surely, gosh, this is what I need.
I think
2, 3, 4 points.
I think for...
Sorry, go ahead.
I think trying to get a neighbor just for one trading post is borderline questionable, right? Because you're only saving 3 coins, but like you're allowing them to get like an extra dwelling where I don't know, like it saves you a couple coins, but I don't know, it's points for them.
My thought here is, and you might be right, that I should play. I mean, people know I have a tendency to play not very aggressively. definitely a bit of a pacifist player when it comes to Terra Mystica, but and I should learn to be more aggressive in my gameplay. But I think the other thing is, Clay, is I'm keeping a plan in mind for if I get bridge blocked. Like I'm not getting a bridge next round, so that means I need to take a bridge the following round. Engineers need a bridge, and they can build one. They can get by without the bridge action because they can just use 2 workers for it. But I'm pretty sure that if engineers had the opportunity, they'd rather spend 3 power for 2 workers, right? It's cheaper and remove another bridge from the game. So I could pass, make it an early round, pass, take the bridge, but I'm just sort of toying with the idea that I might want engineers B4 to sort of help me get a town. So it would actually be adjacency on a few hexes, like B5, A4, A3, that kind of thing.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but I think I forgot to convert a priest.
Oh no! Oops. Oh no!
So I forgot to convert gold. I forgot to do the priest.
Right.
I just saw in chat someone mentioned that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's fine because you're like not competing for super big network, and what's it gonna hurt?
Someone in chat just made a comment. I could dig out D3. That's the green hex. It's a triple dig and try to triple town.
Yeah, that's definitely pushing it. There's no way you get the resources to do all that, is there? I mean, you need so much gold.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'd need just a lot of expensive trading posts. So I definitely. Someone makes the comment. Plus, you're cultists and you want neighbors, right? Yeah, that is the thing.
But like, there's no guarantee that you're actually going to get the benefit from it. It's really late in the game, which is when a lot of times players are going to deny you.
For sure. But if anyone's going to give me cult steps late game, it's probably engineers. I don't think engineers cares too much which of the 3 of us wins on water. Engineers has locked up their only cult that they're fighting for. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's not like me worrying about having you as a neighbor and curious if you're going to give me cult steps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I totally understand the thought process for sure. And looky there, you might get a neighbor on D3 from the NGs.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah. So the question here is I can try to build a sanctuary now. Well, I'm short on resources. It's brutal. I think I need to send some priests to cults first. But what does it actually make? Like, what makes sense for me to take as a favor tile with a sanctuary here? I need a sanctuary either this turn or next turn.
I think next turn might be a better option because you can maybe find a take pass for the gold tile and then just save your resources.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So if you're passing now for the sanctuary, if you want to build it this round, you're going to have to be winning a cult. Right. And are you winning a cult?
I mean, Air 1 is always nice when you have a couple trading posts.
He already took Air 1. That's why.
Oh, you already have Air 1. You're right. I see.
And perhaps that second temple that late was incorrect, and I should have just built, saved that extra economy. I would have had 1 extra trading post on the board as opposed to a temple. I'm overproducing priest right now. I mean, I was trying to contest Air, and Air 1 seemed nice. I knew I was going to get 2 trading posts, which is sort of the sweet spot with Air 1 to get 3 points. I don't know.
Yeah, I think at this point, I think we all know what the sanctuary is if you decide to take it.
Just grabbing like a water 3 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think you'd have to take the sanctuary this year to secure water. Sure. But yeah, if you're taking a temple, like you're probably taking that. But Ryan's right. Like, you could definitely just wait till next year. Just get out some resources.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm going to do is just get out dwellings. I'm holding the dwelling scoring tile.
So the one thing which has not worked really well for me is getting the pass tiles. So now to get on to scoring, I think I'm going to go a stronghold and build one more bridge and try to get points that way.
What a beast. Oh my gosh. I love that, dude.
You're digging the stronghold line, Glebo?
Oh yeah, it's always cool. Especially on this map. Like, he's going to have 3 easy bridge places. He's already got one out.
And so you would go stronghold and stronghold on E2, yeah, and then sanctuary, G3.
The sanctuary next turn, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
And using my priests as a worker, and hopefully getting some more priests. I get some workers from the air cult.
That's true. Yeah, you'll cash in on that for sure. You must found a town. What did you take? Priest? Ye old faithful. Alright. And now we wait.
Who dug E5? Well, that must have been you, Clay, eh? You dug E5?
That wasn't me. It was somebody else.
That's what I get for asking stupid questions on stream.
Why did I dig it? Don't have an answer for you. I'm just really scared of gray.
You're really scared of gray getting to E5, eh?
I definitely thought that was a possibility at one point, but now I'm like, there's 0 chance.
So Clay, are you planning on upgrading digs this round?
Yes. Although I have to make sure I can... Oh, yeah. No, I can't.
What was the consideration there? What were you trying to...
I want to make sure I don't run out of moves such that Darklings can outlast me. Because as long as I can pass on to whatever the Darklings have as their bonus tile, the ship stuff, which it looks like I've got like 4 moves ahead of me. I don't know. He could buy a priest here.
Yeah. So here's a question. I can try to outlast people and maybe get on a pass tile. But then I'm probably going to get bridge blocked by someone. I assume if engineers pass ahead of me, they'll just take it. Looks like you're trying to maybe set up, I don't know. Well, you're going to build another bridge anyhow next round just for points. So if I pass behind engineers, I might get bridge blocked. Now that doesn't necessarily mean I can't found a town in the north. I have tons of workers. I can probably just hard dig A3, A2, get a stronghold on C3, something like that. Point is, I have 2 options. I can just sort of like pass now and enjoy 5 coins and a cult step, which is convert my priest to a worker before I pass, and then have a bridge and have a ridiculous town between C3 and D5. Or I can try to stay in the round a little bit, plan on building a town with A3 and A2, assuming I get bridge blocked, and try to get on a points pass tile. What are your guys' thoughts? I am short on coins, too. I have 2 coins right now with 4 income. It's tricky.
Yeah, somebody else take the wheel.
I just know that if you do pass now, you should convert your priest.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think you should be the first to pass. That'd be definitely good for you. And what do you want more? Do you need the dig or do you need the 4 coins?
I think I need the. Yeah, I think I need the. Well, I mean the dig is effectively 3 coins because I'd be hard digging A3.
Where do you want the bridge? Right. That's my
D5 to
question.
C3 would lock up a town.
Where does he
Why,
want the
why would you want a bridge there? If you were to pass now, take the dig, you could dig A3 and then you have another dwelling on A2.
Right. I guess it's the other argument is that I pass early and take coins.
I think that would be your best option than trying to build a bridge, which you don't really need to fund the town.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You could, yeah.
Yep. So interestingly enough, I think I am on the pass now line, but it's actually to take coins. That's way better.
But the shovel.
Sorry, take the coins action. So I still am passing early to give me tempo on power actions, but it's not a bridge. It's of course that's silly. I should just take coins and build a town in the north. That would allow me to get my sanctuary and stronghold out. And because I'd be hard digging A3, like I have more workers than coins, that shovel saves me 3 coins. So that shovel is essentially like 6 coins as opposed to 5 coins in a cult step. So I don't actually know what's better. I don't need 17 workers. I might actually prefer the cult step slightly. It probably comes with an extra coin just through power, and I am trying to contest some cults. Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Look at those points just pouring in, folks. Yeah, so I'm going to go coins and more coins. What's chat saying? Why do you need a bridge? Isn't coins better? And make a town with the stronghold. I'm glad the chat was able to figure out in 5 seconds what took me like 2 minutes of talking it out to you guys. Yes, all of the above.
I mean, regardless, you're going to be spending 3 something to get either the extra.
It's true. Yeah.
Like you're going to need 3 workers to get another dig. You're going to spend like I don't know.
Yeah,
I think the bridge here. I think the bridge is actually the best thing to do here. I mean, I also think it's depending on if a Nup wants to, like it slightly hurts if a Nup wants that bridge. Very slightly.
Here's another ridiculous question. So engineers win network, I would assume. Who's getting second place in network? And is that me?
Yeah.
Whoa. Did you just count me out? No.
A little, I did. I did kind of count you out, but you're right, I shouldn't. That was probably a little bit too
I mean
you are digging Earth. You are digging Earth 1 swarmling, so I shouldn't rule you out of the equation. But I mean, Darklings aren't. Well, I don't know. Darklings aren't expanding a ton. Or even if you do, you're not connected.
I think What do I think?
What do you think?
I'm looking at. I just want to make sure Darklings don't outlast me. They can buy a priest, which stalls them, but I can send the priest to fire, buy some workers, and then that's like an extra 5 moves. So I'm pretty content with 5 moves here. To their 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah.
Sorry, just 1 second. Door again.
As for network, you definitely don't connect your bottom 3 structures. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. You have a lot of resources. Sure. What'd you just do? Advanced shipping track? How dare you?
Yeah, just advance the shipping track.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Not much else left to do.
True.
All right, chat. We're just about to go into round 6. Who's winning this game? Who's coming in second, third, fourth?
I would be very curious to hear that insight, because usually chat does a lot of math.
Oh, yeah. They've been doing the math. Someone's doing the math. If it were a Ranier stream, I'd be doing math, and it would be incorrect and throwing people off. But 107. No, I mean 95. You know, stuff like that. Okay, hot take. NG Swarm Cultist Darkling, just by eyeballing. That's not math. No, that's fine. Eyeballing is totally fine. Appreciate that. So you think engineers are in first place here?
Engineers are doing pretty well.
So engineers have a pass tile. They're going to pass with 3 bridges. What else does engineers have going for them? They've got Earth 1 and Water 1. They've got themselves a cult. They're going to win network. They'll probably have, like, I don't know. Well, 8 points on Earth, 2 on air, and then possibly some points on fire. So maybe 12 cult points, 18 network points, passing for 17. And Anoop, are you trying to squeeze out another town there in the west? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
No, I counted about it. I think it looks too expensive.
Really?
Yeah, I was just looking at that too. It's really close. I mean, he basically has the option of like, I mean, he needs coins is his only way of getting it, and then he'd have to
Yeah.
go buy a bridge. He still has to get fire with a couple trading. It's close.
I mean, you have a town coming in, so you can take like a coin town or something like that, an economic town, if it helps you get the third one out. What do you...
I have to just calculate how many workers I have got. I think it might be barely enough, but let's see.
You need 6 workers, 2 dwellings, a trading post, a temple for fire 2. No, that's only 5 coins. Looks like you'd need 8 workers this... Oh no, you could do it with 7 workers if you templed for fire 2. Or sorry, sanctuary for fire 2. Then you'd need 2 dwellings and 2 trading posts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need 7 workers. You have 6 and 2 fancy workers.
And 2 fancy workers. That's funny.
But you also need a spade. Anyhow.
Yeah, and a bridge. So.
Oh yeah. I know all about that.
To be honest, bridge is actually good for me here too. Well, it's equal. So watch out.
What do you mean it's equal? I don't like. What do you?
I have to spend 2 workers for a dig, but I could just spend.
I see.
You could just go to G8 or G7 or D8.
Like D9. D9 with a bridge or G8 without a bridge. Is that what the calculation is, Claybo? G8 is 2
I think
two
G8,
workers.
D8 is much more better than a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is I have quite a bit of coins here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a ton of workers. And I still would like to compete for network here. That's what the bridge allows me. It saves me 1 worker at the expense of a couple coins. I don't know. I mean, digging D8 if cultists ever plan on going there, or digging G8 I'm not even trying to.
But hold up here. Does a bridge only saves you 1 worker though, right?
Correct.
So isn't that like that's not actually any cheaper because you can always just convert 3 power to a worker, and you have shipping, so you can probably like you're planning on upgrading shipping this round, obviously with the ship tiles, so you can still get to D10. So it's
actually I'm just gonna buy 2 workers. That sounds a lot better.
I think that makes more sense. Just buy 2 workers, upgrade ship, double dig G8, and then go to like D10 and whatever else you can afford in the Northeast.
But the thing is if I bought a bridge, it also makes buying a bridge for engineers or you impossible. So there's that.
It's true.
More expensive for engineers, which is good because according to chat, allegedly they're winning. And
well, I say this is according to one person on chat. Chat's being very quiet right now.
Well,
We only have one vote, and it was someone who just claimed that they were just at a glance.
well, we gotta believe him.
I think so. Yeah.
See, he needs these workers. He was so worried. He's like, oh my god, Clay's about to take my bridge.
Leech. Do I want Leech here? Probably not. No, I don't think so. 8. Ugh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13 workers. Ship. 4. Well, yeah, I absolutely do. Because this may be hard to believe, but cultists here need coins. I mean, if I want to upgrade ship to actually try to get some network points here, and I need to build a stronghold and a sanctuary, and cultists have expensive big buildings. Both of them are 8-coin buildings.
But with your cultists, like if you want to get network, don't you have to get like I2? If you want to connect to all your buildings.
No, God, no. No, I'm just toying around with the idea of squeaking out more points than I deserve for something like 8 or 9 structures, because Darklings aren't like, and you're not putting up much of a fight on network.
0.
And then I'm against Swarmlings, so like, I mean, either Swarmlings or I are getting 12 network points that we don't deserve here.
Enough. Why you take Fire 3?
Oh, I missed that. Yep. What's up with that? Anoop, you there? We may have lost Anoop.
We've lost Anoop.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so right here, right now, I'm just thinking like, do I just use a priest to dig something, or do I build a temple and get water too, which would just secure me a cult, which secures 8 points at the end. But I was hoping Anoop
4
would build...
points. It's only 8 points against me.
Yeah, which...
But yes.
It just secures... Because if not, I'm probably losing those 4 points.
Probably.
So if I don't build a temple, what can I build? I can build 2 more trading posts, which would be 6 points with another extra point. But can I do all of that?
Well, you have...
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think the trading posts are probably better. I mean, 1 trading post is...
It's 3 points. So it's 6 points. If I can build both.
Well, if you can build 2 trading posts... Wait, you're saying...
Anoop has to go to G1.
Right, okay.
Which, when will he decide to go there? That's the question.
Yeah, now I'm back, I think. So,
yeah.
So the question about Fire 3, I didn't know which else. I don't think the town is happening. Fire 2 didn't make sense. I thought might as well just push on the cults.
Yeah, I think Air 1's pretty good.
Air 1 could have been, yeah, that was another thought. But the question is now, am I going for trading posts or am I going for dwellings? Because I have the dwelling pass style. So...
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Air 1 is even if you don't build trading posts, you're getting 2 points for Air 1, but you're also going to deny those points to me, which now I get the 4 points from it. But I also could take Air 3 or Earth 3, so it's not, I don't know, it's always pretty close in the end. Still need some workers, so we will go with those. I'm gonna gonna not go with my bridge plan, even though I think it does pretty good at blocking you, meaning the cultist.
Yeah, it's a good question of what, this is really wonky, of like what favorite tile I take. Wasn't expecting Darklings to go water 2, and it would have actually been pretty dope for me to build a sanctuary here for water 2, and then just take a cult town, and then I would be able to use the cult bump, like, I don't know, on fire or maybe air if I needed it to lock it up, something like that. But now without a water 2 line, like...
I know, and you can't even take fire 3 because I was
exactly, and air 3 isn't really helpful because I'm probably just doing like a cult town, and if someone takes air 3, then I just jam a priest in it and secure it. Like earth
So now,
3.
do you want to do a cult town?
Pardon? Someone says take a second copy of Air 1. Yeah, that seems like a great idea. I'm super down with that. Is that... They just patched the game. All right, well, I think I'm just going to build Sanctuary here and then have a think about it. And yeah, it is a good question. Like, do I want a cult town here? I think I probably do. It allows me to protect air. Yeah, it's like a point on fire. It allows me to protect air. I mean, it's not great. Like, I don't know. Can I do something with earth? I'm really not sure. I'm not actually sure if it's the best, but it's...
Yeah, I would take cults because you're tied on fire, you're pretty close on earth, and there's always a chance I could go air 3, so you never know. I'm not, but yeah, it's got to be good.
Yeah, now here I could just I can lock up air, but I can do that with a priest anyhow, and that priest, a worker is going to become a coin anyhow, so I could just leave that open.
You definitely don't want to lock up air right now because
no
rush.
I might just go up fire more. Is that ridiculous?
Yeah, I would certainly go up fire.
Let's go up fire, and then fire 2 could possibly have some utility for me.
Possibly.
Well, no, I'm gonna have a 7-point town anyhow. It seems really strange taking fire 2 literally for just 2 bumps. It allows me to found a town slightly quicker. Yeah, this is getting pretty goofy, guys.
Big goofy.
Yeah. It's getting pretty goofy. So no more math or help from chat. AJE just says, honestly, I have no idea who's winning. I need a webberaj in chat to do the math. Yeah, fair enough. I can exit the stream and jump into the chat for a minute to do it. But...
That sounds good. We'll take care of your moves.
All right, thanks. So Noop, what is your game plan here?
Yeah, so...
And I'm just curious here. Sorry, go ahead, but I'm just curious if you could tag along to that answer. Like why you're not taking... Like if your plan involves taking the 2-spade action. And like...
2-spade, I don't think I require the 2-spade action, honestly, to win network. I'm getting it with 1-spade.
Right.
So... And that takes away, so I mean, I could use the remaining 5 coins, and I think it's just about now achieving the balance between how many trading posts I want to build,
right?
Because I have water 1, and how many dwellings I want to keep for the pass, and also about when do I give you guys the dwellings. So basically, give you guys the neighbors. So the whole game plan is now about trying to play everything on the east at the moment.
Right.
I don't think the two spades was that interesting to me.
Mm-hmm. Right. Are you converting power down? Is that what you're trying to figure out?
So many resources. Oh my gosh, so much power. No need for the extra coins.
Anoop, you didn't convert a power down.
I guess he's just trying to deny cult steps. I don't know. I mean, you're not really going to build next to him.
Right.
Strange. Why are you so close on fire? I was at 8 steps and the closest person was at 1. That was at the beginning of this round. Okay, surely he's not going.
Someone says I wouldn't be that far off from 3-towning if I went for it. I'd be doing that math if I was on someone else's stream, but when I'm playing my own game, suddenly I'm a play-by-feel kind of character. What did you just do? You just grabbed a copy of Air 1? Alright.
Yes, sir.
Alright, let's get the stronghold out. That's worth a bunch of points, I hear. And then I'll reevaluate my life after that.
Now I think in the hindsight, I think I did make a miscalculation, and there was a potential for third town. But,
right.
Well.
You think there was a line?
Sure.
Yeah, so with Fire 2 now, and if I get the double dig, I could still build 2 dwellings.
Oh, I see.
And then use 2 priests as coins. So that was possible.
Right. And by priest to coins, I assume you mean sending them to fire for power.
What is this? What are you doing?
Or directly use them as coins.
Right.
I mean, because if I get a high, like a big point down there.
This looks to me like Claybo, the cheapest way for a noob to try to expand with adjacency. The thing I'm a little concerned about here is you need to found a town still. And yeah, I think we just discussed like G8 or D8 are both double digs for you. And so at this point, you might as well just take G8.
Yeah, no, I definitely take it. And it's the dig probably should have gone I2 or yeah, I2 is a little safe. I mean, you are working that worry with Darklings, but you're still worrying about Darklings at this point.
Right.
And yeah.
And so Ryan, you just used a priest to dig and decline build. I assume you're just waiting for engineers to build on G1.
Yeah, I'm waiting for engineers to build on G1, and
right.
And now I'm just gonna try to deny them other spots, other moves. So I think the only other move they can do to slow down is to maybe build on B4 before going on G1, which I have 3 priests.
Right.
Yes, you do. All right, so I'm at that point now where I actually think I can beat you at Network Cultist. So I got to figure out if I have the right resources. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're probably going to get 7, 8, 9. You're probably going to get 9 buildings. I'm at.
Yeah.
7.
And I need 6.
If I build 3, I'm fine.
11 more things. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that gives me a priest. And then that priest is a coin. Yeah, okay. I think I can afford this.
I don't know. Maybe I don't.
Maybe you don't. I bet you do if you leech that power.
Yeah. Probably.
Not worth it.
I mean, I think I could, but at this point, I'm just gonna see what happens when we get there.
Well, what do you have left? You need to upgrade a trading post using your stronghold ability. That founds you a town. You then get a pile of workers, and then you need to dig and build 2 dwellings on D9. Or there.
Yo, these Darklings are savage.
Oh wait, is that good for you?
No, he can't reach that.
Yeah, but he could build on B3 and then.
Well, he doesn't have 3 ship yet, but he will. And yeah, he totally could upgrade ship and then dig on B3 and D3. But by then you can slam another priest and crush his dreams. I mean, there comes the ship, so you have 2 turns notice.
Watch out,
watch out, people. There we go.
Oh my god.
This has been a bit of a savage game, I gotta say. This is some... Well, this is kind of what most arena games feel like, to be honest.
That's so true. It's a dark world around these arena games.
It's true. I don't know what it is about Fire and Ice. It just brings out the savage in everyone. Do I want that? Oh, I need 3 things, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I don't need that. I don't need 10 things.
I don't know.
You're just trying to troll me. Get out of here. Get out of here. Perfect timing to provide adjacency to me, Anoop.
What a guy.
What a guy. I should have cult spaded that. Damn it. You were right. You were right. See, this is my failure as a pacifist Terra Mystica player. Allowing NG to build on B4 served no purpose to me.
Oh. So I think Darkling's not getting Earth 1, I think, really hurt them in this game, right?
Who?
I mean, they still did pretty good.
I think.
But yeah.
I think what really hurt me was not being able to get the second town.
Oh yeah, that's
crushing.
That probably hurt me a lot because it gives me extra points, extra resources to do extra stuff.
Did it ever cross your mind to upgrade a ship early and maybe find a second town spot?
Who?
Because if I upgrade, if I'm upgrading ship here, since I'm losing H7, let's say I can get I7, H8, I8, and then I'd have to either get G7 or G8, which is like really expensive as well on my digs, which I probably could have ended up having the digs, especially at the end.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm coming for you, Claybo.
I know. I thought about going up priest last turn, but what are you gonna do?
So it looks like you are going to come in second in network here, right, Clay? That's what we've decided.
I think me and you tie. I get 10. You get 10.
You had 10. I had 9, man.
Oh yeah, I guess I do get second. I don't know where I was counting the other one.
That is ridiculous.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Weber, are you gonna deny him a spot?
Am I gonna deny Swarmlings a spot to build a structure?
Yeah.
How? No. Why?
It's not.
How would I do that? Please tell me.
Well, you have 4 workers. What are you planning to do with them?
Build a dwelling on A1.
Ah, that's true.
Basically, I'm just like upgrading dig, getting another. I have Earth 1 and also
upgrading shipping and building a dwelling.
Yeah, and then like, yeah, exactly. And then I have a cult bump to put on, I don't know, probably Earth or something. I have no idea. Air if I need to. I don't imagine Claybo's picking up a copy of Air 3 anytime soon. Yeah, so here I just...
Shout out JB.
Yeah, so I think here I just... I just upgrade ship. What have I done?
Wait a second. I just realized JB is native to your guys' homeland.
Who's JB?
Justin Bieber. You guys don't know the Bieber?
Yeah, no, I know Justin Bieber. Yeah.
That's my idol.
Justin Bieber's your idol, eh? That's interesting.
He's a great one, right? Great role model.
Yeah, Justin Bieber, he's from Toronto. which is a city in Canada. A big one.
Oh yeah, is do you? I guess I probably shouldn't ask that.
What? Oh, well, now you have to ask. What were you gonna ask?
No, never mind.
Someone in chat says, "Come now." Everyone knows Toronto. AJE, where are you from? Are you from the U.S.? I'm not aware of what Americans do and don't know about Canada. I have no idea.
To us Americans, there's 2 Canadian cities. There's Toronto, and then there's Ottawa. There's nothing
Ottawa?
else.
You guys know Ottawa, but you don't know Montreal or Vancouver?
Yeah.
Why would you know Ottawa? Ignore Ottawa. No one. I live in Ottawa. Love my city, but like it's not relevant really. I mean, it's our capital city, but like no one cares. It's like 6 people live here.
Although, as you said, those cities, I have heard of them. I don't know why.
Well, Montreal is an incredible city. It's like probably the only, I don't know, major city in Canada that's like, I know it's Montreal's dope. Is what I'm saying.
Isn't that a soccer team? Montreal.
I don't know.
Ryan, you got a soccer team? You got a hockey team?
Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, the Montreal Canadiens. I don't need this, right? We're talking about capital cities, and I'm getting off West Virginia. Decline. I don't need this, right? No, I don't need that. All right. Building my dwelling. Cool. Ryan, what you doing with your power?
So
we're dying to know.
My whole plan was to build a second trading post, which gives me 3 points. But now that the priest is still available, I could just take a priest, which is worth 2 points, and then I'd have 4 gold left over with the 2. That's another 2 points, so that's 4 points.
Yeah, and you'd have 5 gold left over, right?
Yeah. So the 2 power points that I took to build the extra trading post this round, I guess, were just useless.
You could build a bridge. There was a lot of bridge pressure.
After all that bridge talk.
Yeah.
Look at you winning network, Swarmlings.
I couldn't I couldn't beat out engineers in the network. Too good.
Also, another thing I could do with my priest is just bump it in right there. Right where you put yours.
That wouldn't have been worth it, though. You would have scored 1 point to the table and 1 point against me.
Now if Claybo uses his priest.
Yeah, so you're just defending against...
And now we're tied, yeah.
I still think it's worse. Like, even if Claybo ties you, you're just defending against 1 point and 2 against Claybo versus just having 2 points against everyone. If that makes sense.
So I think Swarmlings are winning this, right? If I have the calculations right. Yeah.
Say that again? Have you done math?
I think Swarmlings get... Yeah, I think Swarmlings get this.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it.
There you go, Aaron. You can build another dwelling on there.
Oh, thanks. That's so nice. Do you want to give me some leech? Oh, I don't have a dwelling. All right, I think cultists out. Look at how many cults I won. In fact, I'm not going to lock up any. Wow. I can't believe I'm putting this video on the internet, but there you go.
Oh, it's not too late. You can just... The technical difficulties, this thing never happened.
Oh, passing for 2 points? Wow.
Yo.
That's something else.
Watch out.
The classic cultless cultist strategy. Exactly. It was intentional. All right, here we go, people. I wish we could speed this up a little bit. There's a setting to like increase the speed of this animation because it's like...
I don't know, dude. Sometimes it is like incredible when the game's like super close and you just sit there and watch it. But sometimes like when you just know you've lost and you're like, come on, hurry up.
Yeah, totally.
It's dual-edged.
Yeah, so Claybo, looks like you win this, and do I guess I squeak out a second here? Yeah, something like that.
Sneaky second. Sneaky.
Sneaky second.
That was a really difficult
Claybo,
cultist.
congratulations. You beat me while I was playing cultists.
Yo, first time for everything. Although I will say enough, I was worried about him the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, although you were the undefeated cultist guy, I was worried about NGs the whole game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think missing that. I think the calculation. But I don't think I was still beating Claybo. I doubt it. I mean, even if I take a big point down, it's still 11 points more.
Right.
So,
Maybe it just
yeah, I mean,
maybe it just helps you squeak out a second in this situation.
Yeah. It's very interesting Swarmlings game. I didn't think they were the best faction actually. It's interesting.
Well, I think they were the 30 faction, so that also is helped.
Do you guys want to break down the game results a little bit? Sometimes there's some interesting stuff to pull out of here. If there's newer players that are watching, I highly recommend if you're like playing a game that you think took an interesting turn or was very competitive or something like that, like definitely to dig into the game results, and sometimes you'll find out interesting things about where people's points broke down and that kind of thing that can sometimes be surprising to you. Yeah, if you guys have this page open too, let's just sort of take a look and see if anything jumps off the page. I often like looking. Sorry, go ahead, Claybo.
The first thing I always look at is who took the longest, and that was Weber. So you lost the game.
Oh,
sorry.
No, right. I forgot. I lose a point for every minute. Damn it.
That's right.
Also, if I didn't have to wait at the start, maybe my time would have been lower.
I haven't looked at this yet. I'm gonna start looking at the things there because you're right. There's definitely some interesting things that can be taken away from this.
The 7 coins action. I mean, this is a little too good to be true, but it's literally ranked in player order. So first player, you, Claybo, took 3 7-coin actions, followed by me, who took 2. It's obviously not always that obvious of an indicator, but there is often there can be in a lot of games, like if you averaged it out statistically, like there is definitely a correlation between like getting coin actions and just doing well generally in Terra Mystica. So that's something I often look at, and also just how the power actions in general broke down. You did take 2. You took 2 single spade actions though, Clay, and you didn't get double spade. So that's a little inefficient.
Yeah, they were a little sus, but the good thing was is I think I didn't need too many spades because by the end of my towns, I was able to upgrade my digs, and then I was able to get a bunch of natural blue hexes just from upgraded shooting. But yeah, it did hurt to have to do those single spades when I did because it's a little inefficient.
Yeah, for sure. Single spade warrior. Love to see it. What else do we got? Let's look at points. See where we all scored a little bit. So in terms of scoring tiles, which is the track. So Claybo, you got 16 points on the track the whole game.
Yeah, I think that was kind of expected from the Swarmlings.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because the only thing I was really playing for in that from that track was I really wanted to hit my round 3 town, and then I knew I was going to get a temple, and I knew I was going to get a trading post whenever those rounds came up. But I was only getting one of those. But the other players, they could play for that trading post round, so they got a lot of points from that. Although Ryan the Man is sort of in the same situation as me, but yeah, like NGs and cultists, like you guys were able to definitely play the track better, which I think was pretty foreseeable from the beginning of the game.
Yep, for sure. We all scored a good amount with favor tiles. Anoop, you had both Earth 1 and Water 1 towards the end of the game, but you didn't. You missed it on the Air 1.
Yeah, I think the Water 1. Water 1, I don't think I utilized it that well. I just got, I feel, 9 points from it.
Right.
Maybe could have utilized that better. Maybe one more trading post somewhere. I think this mistake on the town round, like I missed the calculations, and I think Swarmlings coming second on network. I mean, I'm very interested to know what would you have done, Claybo, if the positions were not like this, and you were not sure of coming second on the network.
Yeah, I definitely was never planning on playing for second in network. It's one of those things where you kind of see it mid game and then you can sort of switch up your game plan. But that was
Because
definitely
you just won like one cult, right? And
I won one call. I got a couple thirds and maybe a couple seconds.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
got second on air. You tied. You got a single point on earth and a second on water. So 8, 10, 14. You got 15 cult points. I guess we could just see that in the game results.
Although from the beginning, I think taking Earth 1, it kind of told me and everyone else that I was going to try and play a little more outward and not the 7-8 structure things. So it definitely was a little foreshadowing of a possible network game. And also seeing the starting setups, I knew cultists were going to be struggling for network. Automatically from the beginning of the game, 3 of their structures were just not counting. So that was another interesting thing towards my game and looking at it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think I wasn't expecting to lose G6 and I4 as well. And then I lost H7 on top of that to build my second town.
Yeah, you lost a ton of hexes.
What was the other hex? You said losing G6 and then
like G6 I4. Like I wasn't sure if you were just gonna abandon that temple there and then just try to build like somewhere else. Then I could have probably hoped to try to connect at the end and get points there. Then I lost G6 and H7, and I didn't expect Swarmlings either to go for Earth 1.
Right. Yeah, my concern was partially because of my starting placements, is that H4 couldn't just be an abandoned temple, because I started on C3 and I was able to get on D5 and E1 pretty early, and that gave me good access to the north. But at the end of the day, the northwest, and I've heard other players talk about this, can be a bit of a trap for factions. It's often good for black and brown factions just because there's such easy expansion, but adjacency can be really tricky up there. And so I sort of took a look at that earlier on in the game and decided I just needed to value H4 more than just being a standalone temple. It wasn't like I had a ton of other places to upgrade. So that's where a lot of my taller structures, as you can see quite clearly, were just on those 3 hexes.
But that's why I also started I5 was to get those adjacency hexes.
Say that again?
Like starting on I5 for me,
yeah,
at the bottom with my second dwelling, it also gave me the opportunity to have hexes where I was going to be able to be adjacent.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's say if I would have started a more standard position, which would have been like E3, then it's costing me like 3 digs on D7, 3 digs on E2, and it's just to get like a neighbor.
Well, I think the thing about your second dwelling is it did give you that early neighbor and some early leech, but you're also playing into engineers, and that's what makes engineers so strong early game is that early leech. And you were sort of funneling all your upgrades to the engineers. But I totally get why you'd want to place there. I mean, I'm guilty of doing that a lot of times. But center on this map is just so good for Darklings because you kind of you stop me a little bit. It's also only assuming you're doing a sanctuary town up there. It's only 3 digs. You dig the green and then you dig the brown, which is only 3 digs. But then if you do 4 hexes towns, I mean, obviously you're spending more.
But then where do I get my neighbors,
Well, Swarmlings are there on D6 where their sanctuary is.
I mean, you're right. Neighbors are a little iffy, and maybe that's you. Basically, me and you form a circle around that center red hex.
Yes.
Essentially, you go green, brown, yellow, and then you have 2 neighbors. I mean, I'm not saying that that's super great, but it's a possibility. But yeah, I mean, I get your dwelling placement. I definitely enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. So.
Oh, it was a fun game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, totally fun game. Yeah.
Totally fun.
And try to build up instead of out. So.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, definitely interesting gameplay. Which I mean made a lot of sense given that you didn't end up having Earth 1, just to sort of try that line, building a bit taller. And thanks to those who are commenting in chat. I really appreciate it. Ghostly and Zorus and Rainier just posting some final comments in the chat. Rainier's on the line of building in center. Broadway, my take from this is that Darklings are supposed to be center, which I think we certainly chatted about. Yeah. Any other final thoughts for any of you guys on the game, or any interesting takeaways from how you played this game or how you saw other people do so?
I think I was really interested in this Darkling's engineer's placement, and I mean, with a fewer mistakes, I think I could have made a better game out of this rather than the standard placements, where you go one in the center and one either in the east. I really enjoyed this starting placement. The beginning game was very strong for me.
Yes.
Missing out on the spade in the round 2 was a bit of a bummer, like not getting any spade in round 2. That was a bit of a problem. But yeah, I mean, I was expecting that when I built 2 temples and 2 dwellings.
If engineers decide to like move off of h5 with their second dwelling and go e5 or g8, then I definitely put my either e3 or h8.
Right.
Like go onto the center mass.
Right.
Yeah, I think my thoughts on this game is like, oh, it's such a good like learning lesson to see a game like this where we all start in such a cutthroat like setup, and then you see how that pans out over the course of 6 rounds. Like we're all so desperately trying to get bridges, coins, spades. Like I was kind of lucky being Swarmlings because I didn't anticipate it to be this cutthroat, but Swarmlings can kind of like play in these really tight situations without being just messed with too much. But like it's such a good learning lesson to like see these types of games because like I don't know, I haven't seen too many of them, but it's always fun to play in them. But it's tough when you're on the bad end of it, which I think Darklings were just because they got blocked just one too many times. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was rough.
Like,
what are your guys'
one is okay, it's not bad. Then it's like I get blocked my I4, G6, and then H7 was just like a killer.
Yeah.
Not being able to form a second town.
What are your guys' thoughts on my opening placements here? I tend to, I mean, H4 when engineers in the game is just a lot of fun. Engineers benefit from early leech they get from cultists, but they're also good neighbors just to get like easy call bumps and stuff like that. And there's a lot of hexes that can create some adjacency down there. I find it's really easy to build up. But yeah, I'm curious what your thoughts are there on whether I should have just given Darklings H4. Because Ryan, you placed on H3 before I did, right? You placed on H3, and then I built on it, and then I placed my dwelling on H4. Then it came back to me, and I built on C, and I started on C3, and then it came back to you. So I'm just curious, in my shoes, knowing that you have a Darklings player starting H3, like where would have your starting placements been here as cultists?
I think H4 is still good because normally with H4, I'm not supposed to go I5, so then you could build out through the other side.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think about this when
I really like those placements. I just felt that maybe cultists had to win 2 cults here, which was a bit of a problem considering you were not getting the 2 key towns.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if Darklings don't take that, there is a strong possibility that I might have at some point taken the yellow. So your connection was always going to be a bit iffy here.
Well, I would say if I was placing those dwelling placements like you did, I would not be playing this game for network at all. So as long as there's a game plan for like playing super culty or scoring well on the tracks and getting like a bunch of points like in other ways, I think it's fine. I just can't remember if this was a great setup for that.
Right. We agreed early on that the cult bonuses weren't
they weren't super juicy.
No, they were kind of underwhelming. And you're right that by placing on H4, I knew I was getting myself in a tough spot to be able to connect and play for network. And then I also chose not to go double temple. And it'd be interesting just to know like how much different this game would have played out for everyone in different senses. if I would have taken the worker action. I sort of thought about going double temple, but like later on, it was brought up in chat, and you guys mentioned it, and I was sort of warming up to the idea. I had the resources, but then of course someone took the workers, which of course is going to happen in round 1. So with some foresight, me deciding to go that line, taking the workers when I needed to, it would just be interesting to know how much different the game would have played out. I guess I would have, I don't know. Yeah, it's really hard to say, but yeah, well, cool.
Yeah, it definitely could have been a totally different game.
For sure. Well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate you coming on the stream today and playing. This was really awesome. And just quickly, as we wrap up in chat, a few things I just wanted to say. If anyone's interested in coming on this stream, I'm always looking for players to schedule. I think I have people scheduled for next Friday and some folks lined up for the following Friday. So it's usually sort of scheduling, at least I've only just started this, but scheduling sort of a couple weeks in advance seems to make the most sense. So if you're interested in coming on in a couple of weeks from now, just send me a message on BGA, or you can DM me on Discord. Either of those work. Yeah, just let me know. It would be great to have you on. Of course, also we've got the Fire 2 Open 2021 Season 1 Finals happening tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Am I correct? Someone please tell me if that's not right.
Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
So tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/Fire2 tournaments. I'll make sure I post a link in the chat here just before we wrap up. And
that will be followed by the announcements for the international clash, the voting announcements for the international clash.
Right. Fire 2 tournaments. Yeah, I've got the link here. So I'm just going to post this here in chat. Yeah, so make sure you check that out. Awesome. Well, once again, thanks everyone for joining in chat, and thanks guys for playing today. It was a lot of fun to do this with you.
Thanks
to have you back
for having us.
Thanks for having me, AJ. It was really fun.
Yeah, same. Thanks for having me. Amazing.
For sure.
Aaron. Yeah, it was really fun.
Awesome. Well, have a good night, everyone, and thanks again for watching. Bye for now.
Bye.